Hot topic. Hal, I'll come to you on this one. Daniel Jones has been released from the Giants.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we said this yesterday when we were talking about the timing, and he had intimated too, he wasn't exactly sure what his future would look like, if he would stay around the team, if he'd pull a Derek Carr via the Raiders and whatnot, which is why I thought the timing was so absurd and silly. Certainly, I knew he wasn't going to stick around as a fourth-string quarterback, but this was the right decision, and it was obviously a fait accompli. Yeah. We knew we were going to be here.
Now it kind of makes sense why he came out and made that statement yesterday.
Well, I feel like maybe you make that statement today.
I think the statement should be made now.
Did you make it today?
I think
yes,
now.
Yes, but it kind of makes a little more sense knowing that he probably knew this was coming today. Yeah. But I'm with you. It should have been reversed.
Yeah. Well, you could say that it should have been reversed unless they told him yesterday that he was released, and then he decided to just go out there before it became announced officially.
Yeah. Cam?
Yeah.
It all makes sense. Time will tell, as my grandma would say. Time will tell. And Lord Jesus, it was because it was given the energy like, what are you doing? It's like you're benched. You're not. This is not your last snap. But it inevitably was his last snap. In the organization of the Giants. So
and it's still,
it makes sense now.
The Giants mishandled this so bad. And in all of what
else
I
is
said,
new?
In all of what I've said about the fact that I don't think Elle should have been someone who was persecuted for what she did in doing her job, the Giants are the main reason that Daniel Jones has become a laughingstock, as has that organization in the way that they had dealt with him throughout his career.
Thank you. Before we pearl clutch, like, CL, do you feel bad? I was working with the information that I had at the time yesterday, which was that he was still on the team with 7 games to go, and I just found the whole thing to be incredibly silly.
Nothing you said was wrong. I'm just saying, as a Giants fan, I get where people were sensitive because he came out and gave that speech, and then it was right after that. That was like the only thing. Not on bosses calling you and I didn't know any of that. That information, that backlash on it. RC, I'll ask you this. So it was a mutual decision between Daniel Jones and ownership. Where do they go from here?
Well, I think if you're the New York Giants, you have to start completely over. And you're in the same position you were in when you drafted Daniel Jones under Dave Gettleman, 6th overall in the draft with Kyler Murray and obviously Dwayne Haskins. But they have to find ways to win going forward. So whether that's Tommy DeVito, whether it's Drew Lock, they have to figure out a way for this team, one, having a star like Malik Neighbors, how do we get him to play to his fullest potential as the year continues? Do we see a way to keep Brian Daboll around and Joe Schoen? As we heard Mr. Mara say early on in the season, he would not be moving on from them. So if you aren't, you're saying that you're going to rebuild with the same coach and the same general manager that you got to this position with. This team has to show some sort of life, has to show in some way that they can improve, and that it was in
I'm saying, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that and worsen your draft position? You have an opportunity to take Shedeur Sanders if you just keep doing exactly what you're doing now and losing. I don't think they've got to do anything different. I think they need to just keep losing and reset with Shedeur.
Shedeur's going to want to go to the Giants.
He doesn't.
Can I bring up some bad memories that just to accentuate this point that we're bringing up? The Giants have been horrible.
Yeah.
You've been awful as an organization. The only crime in Daniel Jones being released by the New York Giants is that the New York Giants won't release themselves. They're horrible, okay? You've made 2 playoffs since 2011. You won 1 playoff game. We used to have discussions as to whether or not the Giants qualified as a gold standard. Well, wow, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah. You let go of Tom Coughlin. The owner, Tom Coughlin, doesn't even want to talk to the owner. He says goodbye to the media, and the owner went up to shake his hand. He walked right by him, okay? And then after that, what you got here? I'm looking at it.
That was the start of the downfall.
You got McAdoo. You got McAdoo, okay? You had Spagnuolo for half season. You had Shermer. You had Joe Judge, who was